Will the 49ers beat the Giants? We made it to Tiburon. Those of you watching the previous live, I was rushing to make this ferry, the Sonoma, from San Francisco behind me, and I made it by about 5 seconds. So I made that last live as long as possible to show you as much as possible, and it almost cost me, but it didn't cost me by the skin of my teeth. And I think that the 49ers won't be riding by the skin of their teeth today. That's what this video is about. Will the 49ers beat the Giants? So why don't we go on a little bit of a walk down Main Street in Tiburon as I go to my final destination and talk about this game today. I think it's a straightforward game for the 49ers. Very healthy championship caliber team, the 49ers, against an injured team that is not a championship caliber team. No good football team loses 40-0, maybe 40-8. 49ers, that's an homage, right? The 49ers lost to the Philadelphia Eagles back in 1994, 40-8, week 4, and then they turned around and won the Super Bowl. You score something. You don't lose 40-0, and the Giants lost 40-0 to the Dallas Cowboys. Absolutely brutal, right? Week 1. They gave up 39 pressures. I mean, it was just bad on all fronts. 39 pressures, 7 sacks. Ugly football. The Giants aren't very good. They can improve. They're going to be better than the 49ers? No, I don't think so. Let me show you guys the shark fin here. So Tiburon means shark in Spanish. So there you have the main little sculpture is a shark fin. Now, not this weekend, but the next, the Tiburon Wine Festival is going to be right here. So you can take the ferry from the city to the Tiburon Wine Festival, and you can check out, tell Tony Lombardi I sent you. Very good Pinot Noir from the Napa Valley, or Sonoma. He's up in Sonoma, so we'll say Sonoma. Tony's awesome. Hopefully he's watching. Only related by name. So just find the shark fin here in Tiburon and you'll be in the right spot. All right, this is Main Street. A lot of deliveries happening right now. Sam's Anchor Cafe is gonna be up here on Main Street. This is the spot to eat when you get off the ferry. It's a beautiful little hamlet, if you will. The 49ers are playing a bad football team, right? It's the New York Giants. The Giants, I mean, almost even more embarrassing than losing 40-0 to the Cowboys, they fall behind 20+ to the New York Giants. I mean, to the Arizona Cardinals. The Arizona Cardinals are maybe the worst roster in football. That's the team that everybody's, that they're poaching from everybody, especially the 49ers. They just poached their third 49er player, Quantrez Knight. Here's Sam's Anchor Cafe. I'm gonna rotate this so you could see it. Definitely eat at Sam's, get the seafood here, and you just, I mean, just the drinks on the patio looking back on the city at the bay are really cool. Yeah, I think you guys would rather see Tiburon than me as we make this walk. Let's hold it this way. I mean, it's such quintessential Northern California. The steep hills, the cool little downtown, the quiet Thursday morning, the ability to take the ferry to the city so you don't have to drive. I mean, all awesome stuff, right? So I gotta keep on following Main Street here. So the question of the 49ers winning today is just a matter of them executing enough to mitigate the impact of Dexter Lawrence and Leonard Williams up front. Dexter Lawrence can break games, the Clemson product, defensive tackle. The Giants run a 3-4. Leonard Williams at that defensive end spot in the 3-4, he can also break some games. Both of those guys make a lot of money for a reason, and the 49ers need to neutralize them. If they do neutralize those two players, the 49ers will win this game. If they, I mean, on the other side of the ball, I mean, even if Daniel Jones goes crazy, I think the 49ers can score enough points to beat the Giants in a shootout. But on the other side of the ball, you stop the read option. The zone read, I guess I should say. And if you do that, you'll be A-okay if you're the 49ers in this game. That is the only path for the Giants to beat the 49ers is through Daniel Jones going crazy on the zone read. And because he goes crazy on the zone read, the 49ers cannot rush the passer the way that they want to. Only way. There's one potential path to victory for the New York Giants, and it's that plus Dexter Lawrence and Leonard Williams on the other side. The secondary's not good. The linebackers aren't good. Number 29 defense last year. It is ripe for the picking today for the 49ers to improve to 3-0. So I guess I've already answered the question. Will the 49ers beat the Giants? And the answer is yes. And I'm ready for some of your questions here as we continue to walk through downtown Tiburon. Yes, we will see Elijah Mitchell. This is still Main Street. Not as cool as the other part of Main Street, but I mean, still quintessential small town, wealthy California. Marin County, yeah, it was a 25-minute ferry ride from downtown San Francisco. Now my score prediction is going to be coming in another video. And I already recorded that. And as you know, the 49ers are going to beat the Giants. That's the prediction. That's my predicted outcome, but the actual score, oh, that's going to be coming a little bit later. That's coming from the ferry. I got a great shot from the ferry here of San Francisco with an American flag in front of it. I was like, this is going to be nice for the prediction against the New York Giants. I'm not sure if Brandon Ayuk will play, and I don't care about your fantasy team if that's why you're asking. So it's a game time decision. Maybe the 49ers aren't even sure right now. I don't think it's going to matter toward the outcome. You know, the reason I don't like fantasy football is because I like the purity of the game. It's 11 guys on this side against 11 guys on the other side, and the objective is to win the football game for those 11 guys. As soon as it turns into fantasy, some people are like, okay, I'm going to cheer for Daniel Jones in the same game that I cheer for Brandon Ayuk. That doesn't make sense. One of those guys plays for the Giants. One of those guys plays for the 49ers. To me, it's insufferable. But that's me getting off my soapbox. We got more water here. So again, I said Tiburon means shark in Spanish. And I'm here in Tiburon because I'm going to swim with my friend Keith. We're going to swim in some of these tranquil waters that are named Shark. Got to cross the street. I should walk alongside the water. That'll be nicer for you guys. Let me make another crossing. No, I'm not in Sausalito. Belvedere, the island behind me here. Got to be careful. Gimbal walking on a live can be unsafe. Sausalito is close to here, but this is Tiburon, and then this island behind me as we make the pan, that's Belvedere Island. Belvedere Island's got some of the nicest houses in California. You got views of the Golden Gate Bridge, and it's connected to downtown Tiburon with this little bridge that we're about to walk across. And it has warm water too, because it's not as windy here. It's a little bit protected. That water sits there, gets warmed up by the sun. So my swim today, it's a no wetsuit swim. I swim no wetsuit in San Francisco too, but it's a little chilly there, especially later in the year. Somebody's saying 36-13 49ers. My prediction, which is coming in a separate video, so stay tuned for that. It's going to be similar to yours. Your questions are welcome here as I continue to walk. A lot of construction here, so I just got to be careful. Gonna get a nice swim in. Somebody asking me about my walk. I'm getting a nice walk in from the ferry to where I'm gonna swim. What's going to be for lunch? Will somebody recommend it? Maybe I eat in downtown Tiburon before I catch the ferry back. Now, I think I have to catch an 11-something ferry back to make it back to San Francisco. I'm going to drive to Santa Clara today because it's game day and I need my car at midnight when I leave the stadium. So lunch will be in the city. Dinner will probably be prime rib at Levi Stadium because they serve prime rib for prime time in the press box. Oh, look at this. Look at this. That's Belvedere Island. And there's downtown San Francisco. You guys see it? Look at that. There's a ferry, Alcatraz, Bay Bridge, downtown San Francisco in the silhouette. I think there's still a little fire smoke coming in from Oregon. But what it's doing is it's creating this really, really dramatic shot of downtown San Francisco. As you can see the ferry there. And then we could do a slow pan over to where we are right now, Belvedere, Tiburon. See the houses on Belvedere? See the boats, their little marina. Maybe that's a fast pan. Still getting better with the gimbal. That's a shot and a half though, isn't it? Now, as we get better with the gimbal, we're going to be able to give you, I mean, the Bay Area is the most beautiful urban region in the United States, I think. I think that this wins the argument right here. I think if there was still an argument to be had, it was sealed by some of the shots that I'm giving you. And this is on a smoky day. Just imagine this on a clear day. Now, I get it. Downtown San Francisco behind me looks a little bit more dramatic, maybe, with some of that smoke. You could see it right there, but I mean, it is fantastic here. All right, 49ers Giants questions. I'm almost at my destination. Yeah, I think it does. I mean, somebody said statement game. I have a hard time saying beating a bad team is a statement, but I do think that if you are a true contender, this is why point differential matters. You beat the teams that you should beat by a lot, this is a game the 49ers need to win by handily. The Giants aren't good. They're injured. They're missing their left tackle, Andrew Thomas. They already gave up 39 pressures against the Cowboys. The Cowboys are one of your chief rivals to win the NFC if you're the 49ers. And if you struggle against the Giants while the Cowboys beat them 40-0, it's not sending a good message, right? So statement game might be a little bit strong, but I get what you're saying. This is one that the 49ers need to take care of handily, and I think they will. This needs to be a blowout. I think the Cardinals game needs to be a blowout. And if they're not blowouts, well, you go back to the drawing board and you see, where are we not playing up to potential? Because the 49ers' potential dictates they should win this game by quite a bit, as you'll hear in my prediction video. Elijah Mitchell's going to play tonight. Especially since it's a Thursday night. They're coming off the Sunday game. They're talking about lowering the workload for Christian McCaffrey, and that means that Elijah Mitchell's the next man up. So Kyle Shanahan wants to get Elijah Mitchell some more carries. Let's not underestimate the Giants. They came back against the Cardinals. Yeah, they also fell behind 20+ to the Cardinals, who are terrible. I think that's the bigger takeaway from what we saw last week in Arizona. I think the Giants stayed on the West Coast or stayed in Arizona to practice this week before heading to the Bay Area. Somebody talking about the Bay Area as if there's going to be some kind of property crime against me as I'm walking on these videos. You do realize the Bay Area is the most affluent metro region in the United States, right? You can't really believe everything that you watch on the news if you're living somewhere in Iowa. Right now we are walking through, we just made it across the bridge from Tiburon to Belvedere. It is nice and green here. This road is called Teal Road. It's like the Sharks color. So 49ers will beat the Giants. I think George Kittle and Juwan Jennings going to have good plays tonight because it is a Thursday night game. And Thursday night games are good for the players who like to inflict bruises. Nobody likes to play on Thursday night, but the guys that really love football, those are the guys that have the big advantage on Thursday night. This guy just chilling, working out of his garage. What a life. Right near the water. All right, I have to look at my map to see exactly where I'm going. So this is gonna be it for me. I'll talk to everybody soon though. Warner and Flanagan Foles said they're pumping in noise of the Rams. I wouldn't be surprised. There were no Rams fans there. It was all Niners fans. Thanks to everybody. Stay tuned for the prediction video. The question here, though, was will the 49ers beat the Giants? All I have to say is that the Giants have a couple players they have to worry about on each side of the ball. 49ers have dozens of players that you have to worry about on each side of the ball. Neutralize Daniel Jones. Neutralize Dexter Lawrence. Neutralize Leonard Williams. You're good if you're the 49ers. They've been preparing for the zone read the 49ers have this week. I think that preparation should pay off today. And even if they see Daniel Jones rip off a couple big runs, they just have way more firepower than the Giants. So yes, the 49ers will beat the Giants. I'm off to swim in Tiburon, also known as Shark in Spanish. Take care.